lovely, lovely audience. You're so much better than last week. What a lot of drunks. What a lot of dropouts. Especially that Nellie and Kitty. And I knew they were drunk. They were shouting, higher, higher, lower, lower, tree. I hope we never have a party from RSA, Wellingborough, ever again. Well, anyway, it's nice to see you, And I'm the leader of the pack, which makes me such a lucky jack. For openers, here's a pair of cuties. Here's my darling dealing beauties. There they are. Whoa. Oh. How about it? What about it? Now, I hope you're going to play the game at home. Play your cards right. Well, as you see, Debbie is dealing out the red cards on the top and Carly is dealing out the blue cards on the bottom. Now, are we going to have some lucky cards tonight, my darlings?
I think so.
I do hope so, I do hope so. We have our cards. All we need now are our players. Hello, right in there. Good, lovely. Hello, hello, and hello. Welcome, welcome. That's marvellous. Now, you are Alison and Leslie...
Dick.
I beg your pardon?
Dick.
Dick?
Yeah.
Oh. Shame. Is that a shame? That is a shame. And where are you from?
We're from Bangor, Northern Ireland.
Bangor?
In Northern Ireland.
I see, fine. Please, please. For goodness sake. And what... Shut up. And what do you do, Alison?
I work for a building society.
You work for a building society, yes. And what do you do, Leslie?
I work for an insurance brokers.
Oh, an insurance broker. Oh, yes. I wanted to ask you a question. How do I go about insuring my talent? I heard that. Who said you've got to get some first? Anyway, I'd like to have a little meeting with you afterwards.
No
Not now. Right. Now, do you have a nickname at all, Leslie?
Yeah, my nickname at home is Moby.
Moby? Oh, of course, I fell for that one. Moby Dick, of course, of course. All right, well, tell me, Moby. Tell me, Dick. Tell me, Leslie. Leslie, how long have you been married?
4 weeks.
It's only 4 weeks. Oh, how lovely. Isn't that lovely? Lovely, lovely. Now, what do you like about Leslie? I mean, after 4 weeks, you probably found loads of things, but what do you like?
I like all of them. He spoils me a lot, and I love every part of him to bits.
You love every part of him to bits?
Yes, I do.
Oh, yes. Well, when she's loved you to bits, do you find it hard to pull yourself together? Anyway, forget about that. Now, does Alison have any unusual habits?
Well, in her own house, she won't go upstairs on her own because she's too frightened to go up. She thinks there's something up there.
Really? Well, it doesn't say much for you, does it? Why don't you move into a bungalow? Anyway, now tell me, who would you like to meet the most, Alison?
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze?
Yes. Because I loved his dancing
his
and Dirty
Dancing. Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
He's a great dancer. But I didn't like him in that other film, you know, where he was dressed as a woman. Did you see that one?
Oh,
Did you see that?
No,
Oh, I didn't like that. No. I walked out. I walked out. Big mistake. I was on a plane. Right. And has Alison any funny thoughts at all?
Oh, she has.
Yes?
Plenty of
Yeah?
them. She even thought that you could see the fish as you went through the Channel Tunnel.
You did?
I did.
Did you? Oh, it's a shame. Isn't it a shame? We'll take some worms next time. Right. Now, what's all this about your stag night, Leslie?
Well, at my stag night, my mates all took me out the back of the chalet we were staying in and taped me to a picnic table.
Take you to a picnic table? Yeah?
Stark naked.
No.
Yeah. They then got shaving foam, tomatoes, egg, flour, you name it, and they threw it over me. And we then had chaps came from upstairs with their leftover Indian curry. And it was poured around me as well.
That was all poured out? Oh, well, I hope it didn't go on your poppadoms. Please. Well, I trust your hen night went a bit smoother, dear.
No, it didn't.
Oh, it didn't? What happened to you?
My so-called girlfriends tied me to a tree, fully clothed, and put eggs, flour, shaving foam and fuzzy silly string all over me.
And tied you to a tree like that?
Yes.
All on your own?
No, unfortunately, there was a naked man on his stag night, also tied
No!
beside me.
What was he right next door to you?
Like, right beside me.
No.
Like this.
I bet you didn't know where to look for the best. Was it a big tree?
Very big tree.
For goodness sake. Tried to do an interview here. That is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Right, now tell us about the wedding, Leslie.
Well, the wedding, my brother was doing my best man,
yes.
And he had a cracker speech. One of the things he said was, he turned right and he said, if anybody has the key to Alison's chastity belt, could they please bring it back up? To which I laughed, turned right and noticed that 6 of my mates started walking towards me. No. Not only did they throw their keys down, but my brother then put his hand in his pocket and says, I suppose I better leave mine back as well.
Your brother did as well? Well, as everybody's giving him a back, I suppose. Suppose I might as well. It's our secret. Anyway, thank you very much for being here. It's lovely to meet you. And sorry to keep you waiting, Denise and Trevor. Now, let's find out. You are Denise and Trevor...
Heavens.
Heavens?
Heavens.
Oh, like heavens. Heavens. Oh, there. And you're from Thornton Heath? Heath. I'm getting all the A's all over the wrong place. And what do you do, Denise?
I'm a mortgage administrator.
A mortgage?
Administrator.
Oh, so you like a bit of freehold. And what do you do, Trevor?
I'm a trainee accountant.
A trainee accountant. And tell us about the proposal, Denise.
Well, we went out to dinner at a restaurant and we had a really nice meal. And after the meal, I went to the toilet to powder my nose, as you do.
Well, I don't, but anyway.
On return to the table, there was a doggy bag there. And the whole restaurant went absolutely quiet.
Oh.
And as I opened the bag, there was an engagement ring, a diamond twisted engagement ring inside.
In the doggy bag?
Yeah, and I cried with joy.
Oh, how lovely. But tell me, Trevor, why was everybody looking?
Well, I asked the waitress for a doggy bag and explained what I was going to do.
Yeah.
And she told the other waitresses, and they told all the customers. When she took it out, they all cheered and we were presented with a bottle of champagne.
Oh, that's beautiful, that fella. But I think you left out one thing. I bet after the doggy bag, you didn't get down on one knee, you got down on 2 knees and begged for her to marry you. Oh, I can't get up. Oh, dear, but that's so romantic. I mean, look at their faces out there. Yeah. And look at the girls. What?
Puppy love, Bruce. Puppy love. Puppy love.
Puppy love? Oh, you're making up jokes now, are you? Get back in your basket. Get back in your basket. Can't you pant longer than that? You will one day. Right, there we are. We've lost misplaced now. Oh, now tell us about the wedding night, Denise. Very important.
Well, we actually spent the wedding night on the floor.
On the floor? Did you fall out of bed?
No. The whole bride and bride was so tired after the wedding that we actually went round to Mum's house.
Yeah.
And basically we all crashed out on the floor asleep.
All of you? What, the whole crowd?
Yeah. No.
What, the family?
No, no, just a bridal party.
All the bridal party? But how many of you?
What, 7, 8?
Good gracious.
Yeah.
And you just become a heavens.
Yes, I have.
And you finish up lying on the floor like a gang of Hell's Angels. All you needed were the saints to come marching in. Anyway, has Denise any irritating habits, Trevor?
Yes, Bruce. She's obsessed with her nails.
Her nails?
Every other day, she just spends loads of time just painting these nails.
Oh, really? Well, how long does it take you, darling?
I would say about 3 hours from the painting to the drying.
No, it don't. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. You're hiding them. Oh, my goodness. Oh, it goes with my jacket. Look at that. They do, but aren't they lovely and long, and aren't they strong?
Yes.
Yeah. Do they hurt? I forget. Tell me later. Right. OK, now, has Trevor any irritating habits?
Yes. Trevor thinks he can sing, but I don't think he can.
Oh.
And it tends to be when we go to, like, Sainsbury's to do our shopping, he'll stand in the shopping queue and start singing, you know, thinking that he sounds like Luther Vandross or something.
Luther Vandross? Yeah. Well, he's got good taste. Yeah. And you get all embarrassed, do you? Well, then hold on to it. It'll give you a bit of courage. OK. Now, make out you're in the supermarket. Get into the part, OK?
I only did for one reason, to get a discount.
Oh. Well, we'll see what you get tonight. I don't know about a discount, but away you go. Go on. A bit of Luther Vandross. Go on.
Don't run out.
Don't, they won't run out. Have you started? Come on.
Ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
If this world was mine, I'll place at your feet all that I hold. You've been so good to me.
Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. He's all right. It was a bit dross more than Luther. And it couldn't have been that bad because you haven't curdled the milk. Look at that. But very good. And you'll get your discount. Yeah. All right, then?
Can I keep this?
Well, can you keep it? That might be the only prize you get, mate. All right. OK, but did you cut the cards?
Yes.
Right, did you see them cut the cards? Yes. Right, well, now, the idea of the game is this. We want you to work your way across the board by predicting whether each of these cards is higher or lower than the preceding one. The first one to turn over the last card correctly will win the game and a Brucey bonus. Wow! All of our questions are based on a poll of 100 people, and all of our polls are absolutely genuine. Leslie and Alison, you won the toss, so you're going to lead off, but good luck to you all. Thank you for being here. We asked 100 married women in their 20s. If you and your husband got a job as a pantomime horse, would you insist on being the front end? In other words, could you face it? How many married women in their 20s said yes, if they and their husband had got a job as a pantomime horse, they would insist on being in the front end? Now, Alison, would you insist?
Oh, I would, yes.
You would definitely?
I wouldn't like to be at his back
Yes.
end.
She very candidly wouldn't like to be at your back end. So, judging by that, would you like to put a figure? You know,
I'd
figure.
say it'd be
Yes,
quite high.
Loosely using a figure.
About
6.
70s?
70s?
74?
74, you're going with 74. Yeah. Now, Denise, would you insist on being the front end?
I would like to be in the driving seat, yeah.
In the driving seat.
She would do.
Especially if he was singing.
Definitely.
I said slightly higher.
Slightly higher.
Yeah, slightly higher, Bruce.
OK?
Slightly higher.
Slightly higher, you think? OK, all right. The actual number who would insist on being the front end is 55. Well, I'm surprised at that. That means you won the question, Leslie and Alison, and you have a base card, which is a 10. You can change it if you like.
Yeah,
What do you
change
think?
that,
You want to
please.
change it for a 5. Not much of a change, really. Not much of a... Higher than a 5, you say a 9. In the middle card, you can...
Lower than a 9.
You're going to go on?
Lower, yeah.
Lower than a 9, you say a 6, yeah?
Freeze.
They're going to freeze. OK, Debbie, they've protected your cards. Probably as the cards were going there, that might have been very wise. We'll never know, but there we are. Trevor and Denise, you to answer the next question. Here we are. We asked 100 bank managers, would you take financial advice from an ex-chancellor of the Exchequer? I wouldn't trust him with my little boy's piggy bank, I tell you that. How many bank managers said yes, they would take financial advice from an ex-chancellor of the Exchequer?
No, pretty low, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be...
Pretty low?
No more than 45.
Why do you think that, Trevor?
Well, I think they don't think the Chancellor know what they're talking about, basically.
Well, that's a reason. Do you have any reason? So you think it'll be pretty low? Do you agree with that,
45,
Denise?
what do you reckon?
Say, 51. What do you think?
As high as that? Yeah.
Yeah, 50.
Yeah, go
We'll
on,
for
51.
About 51?
Yeah.
Have you thoughts on this, Alison?
Go slightly lower.
Slightly
I think.
lower.
Of the Exchequer. Do you think
Slightly
they...
I think
lower.
it'll go slightly lower, yeah.
Slightly lower than 51. Right, the actual number who would take advice from him is... 23. Oh, very wise to go lower. So you're still going there. You have a 6. You can change the 6 now.
Change
the 6. 4. Oh, a good card.
Yes.
An ace. What do you think?
Lower.
Lower than an ace, you say a 3.
Higher.
And for the first game, yes. Oh, well. They're in a hurry. Be careful with these people. They come over here from Northern Ireland. Right, you won a Brucey bonus. Yes. A long weekend in the Red Sea resort of Eilat with spending money.
Great.
Okay, so enjoy it, lovely. There's another Brucey bonus in the next game, and it's all yours, okay? We're ready now for game 2. Leslie and Alison, you to answer the question first. We asked 100 window cleaners. If you saw a couple getting over-affectionate in the bedroom, would you carry on cleaning? How many window cleaners said yes? If they saw a couple getting over-affectionate in the bedroom, they would carry on cleaning. What do you think?
I would say quite a few
Yes,
still
I
would
would say
carry
they
on.
would.
Or they make out they were, yeah. They'd probably be extra clean by the time they finish.
Hopefully the couple would realise and maybe catch on before.
Well, maybe, who knows? But that's the question. Do you think they would carry on?
60.
Do you think they'd stay there as long as they could?
Yeah, 64.
64.
64, you think?
Yes.
64. What about you, Des? If you were a window cleaner, Trevor?
I wouldn't carry on clean. I'll stop and look.
You stop and look. Yeah. All right, so what do you think?
Lower, I reckon.
I think so. A bit higher.
I think so.
They've got to do a job, don't they?
So that's
Higher.
Yeah.
Say
no, you're-
higher.
yeah,
They're all
so.
saying hi. Do you agree, Denise?
Yeah, I think so higher. They've got to do a
Yeah,
job.
so
yeah.
yes. What did she
I'll
say?
go along with her.
You'll go along with her. All right, then. The actual number who would carry on cleaning is 70. Good guess in the first place. You wasn't far out, but they tie themselves to the ladder first. Right, so you've got a chance now. Trevor and Denise, you have a 7. You can change it. Change the 7 for a 5. A bit better. What do you think? Higher than a 5. Bad luck. Oh, that's given you a free go. Leslie and Alison, a free go, an ace. What a good card.
Lower.
What do you think? Lower than an ace? A 2?
Higher.
Good card. Higher than a 2? A 4? Higher than a 4? A king?
Lower.
This is for the match. Lower than a king. Right away across. We're sorry about that. Come round here. I can't believe it. There was such a hurry. Oh, you didn't get a chance there. Not even a Brucey bonus. But thank you for being with us, and you will have your little bunch of flowers and the decanter and glasses. Not what we hoped for you, but they were in a hurry. Bye-bye, Trevor. Bye-bye. We'll see you upstairs for a little drink. Bad luck. Well done, you too. Well, now then, you've won another Brucey bonus, which is a laptop personal computer. A lovely Brucey bonus. All right, then. Now, you've earned the chance to play with your cash cards. You could win thousands of pounds, plus this magnificent car. Lovely car. Oh, what a lovely car. And we hope you're playing your cards right at home. Don't touch the pack. We will be right back. There we are. Welcome back. Now, before we deal out the cash cards, the more pounds you get, the richer you get. And what do pounds make? Rich people, that's what we want you to be. Now, as you can see, there's Debbie dealing out your red cards. Let's hope they're just as lucky for you. And I'm going to give you £200. I can ask you a question. If you get the question right, I can add 50 to the 200. If you get it wrong, I have to take 50 away. All right, understand?
There's your question. Good luck.
Thank you.
There we are. Well done, Carly. Thank you, darling. And here is your question. In which American state would you find the Everglades? California, Florida, or Arizona?
Florida.
Florida, you're right. Well done. Well done indeed. Right. Now you play the game as you did before. Your minimum bet must be 50, but anything up to what you've got, double up or a piece of, that's fine as well. When you get to here, we move you up to here and we give you another £200 out of the goodness of our hearts. We move you along and move you along. When you get to here, if you have £4,000 or more, you have a chance to go for the car. Wow. Then I ask you another question. If you get that question right on the turn of this card, we'll determine whether you win the car or not. OK? Leslie and Alison, we're with you all the way. Good luck from us all. OK? Let's have a good base card. Debbie? An ace. Oh, she's in a good mood. She's in a good mood. Now, think about it. What do you think?
200 lower.
200 lower than an ace. A 10. Right, you have 450. It's not the worst card in the world, but it's not a certainty by any means. But you think about it and make your own decision.
50 pounds lower.
Just £50 lower than a 10, a 4.
Yes.
OK, you now have 500, so that's lovely, lovely, lovely. And you do have a good card.
Higher.
So think about it.
200 pounds higher.
200 higher than a 4. A jack. Good. You have a jack there. You now have £700, and we give you another 200. So you now have £900, and you're nicely on track. But you can change it.
No, we're going to keep it.
Okay.
No. So that's it. You've got the jack.
Yeah.
What do you think?
600 lower.
600 lower than a jack. A 9. Now, you think about it. You think about it.
We're going to go 500 pounds lower.
£500 lower than a 9. Let's hope it's lower. Yes! Oh, thank goodness. Now, Now, it's a wonderful card. If you feel like it, I have to ask you, it is double if you're going for the car. If you're thinking about money, well, then that's another thing.
Full 2,000
higher.
£2,000 higher than a 2. Yes! Well done, well done. And that £4,000, that £1,000 is yours. All yours. Okay.
Next question. Good luck.
Fine. Now, you've just got... Now, no matter what happens, that's all yours to take back home with you, and that's wonderful. But see if we can go that stage further. Name 5 bank holidays in the United Kingdom. And no help in this part of the show, OK?
May Day.
May Day.
Christmas Day.
Yes.
New Year's Day.
Yes. 3.
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day. 4.
St. Stephen. Oh, well, that's Boxing Day.
There's loads more.
Easter.
Easter, yeah, 5. Well done, well done. OK, fine. Now, this is what you've got to think out. You have a 4 there. It's a good card, but, you know, I have to ask you, do you want to change it?
We'll keep it.
We want to keep it, and we're going to go
higher.
You're going to keep it, and this is for the car, higher than a 4. Well done. Get down there. Get down there. Go on. There it is. In you go here. All right, Alison, my beauty. In you go there. All righty. Good. Oh, I say. Look at all this. What a night. Are you happy?
Brilliant.
Oh, well, we can try this out in Ireland. Now then, they've got the long weekend with spending money in your lap, and then the laptop personal computer. They got... Yes, all in all, they won £18,340. Well, it's not too late. It could still be a big night if you play your cards right. Good night. Thank you very much. have cheered me up. No, because I've just had a bit of a ding-dong with the wardrobe mistress. Now, I went into the wardrobe and I said, I'm looking for a jacket. She said, what kind of a jacket? Smoking, hacking, or sports? I said, no, nothing like that. I want something just for me, you know, something that cries out, Bruce, Forsyth. She said, we haven't got any donkey jackets. Anyway, it's nice to see you. And I'm the leader of the pack, which makes me such a lucky jack. For openers, here's a pair of cuties. Here's my darling dealing beauties. Look at this. Look at this. What a flower. Well. Oh. Now, I hope you're going to play the game at home. Play your cards right. Well, as you can see, Debbie's dealing out the red cards on the top there, and Carl is dealing out the blue cards on the bottom. We have our cards. All we need now are our players. There we are. Hello, my lovely. Just in there you go. Stay there. Right there. Hello. How are you? Right. Now, you are Susie and Salvatore...
Fronda.
Fronda?
Yes.
Yeah, Fronda.
Fronda, fine. And you're from the Fareham... No, sorry. That's a good start, isn't it? You're from Fareham. Sorry about that. And you're both retired.
Everything.
I see. So how long have you been married, Susie?
62 years today.
Oh, no. So, now, let's go back 62 years to your wedding night.
Yes.
Tell us all about it.
Well, when we went home, we went to our
home?
little flat that we've already got.
Yes.
And I said to Susie, now you go to bed and I'll make a cup of tea. So we got the tea, went in, found the door locked. I couldn't get in.
No.
Yeah. She'd only put the wardrobe up against the back of the door, so
You're joking.
I had to push it out hard to get in.
Yes. What he's trying to say is, Susie, you were a pushover. Now, what's all this, Susie, about taking a train ride with your two children in 1940?
Well, I had a son aged 3.
Yes.
And I just had a baby girl, 4 days old.
Yes.
And the bombs were all dropping.
Yeah, I know, 1940, I know.
So I had to evacuate to where my husband was in the army in Scotland.
Oh, it's Scotland, yes.
So when I got to the station, all the trains and packed. So I thought, oh, well, dear. So a soldier came out and he said, come on, come sit with us.
Oh.
It was all soldiers.
Are you all soldiers? Oh,
well,
yeah.
so, of course, I sat in a corner and the baby started crying, wanted to feed.
Oh.
Of course, I breastfed it.
Oh.
I didn't know what to do, so I thought, I'll get a nappy, put it over my shoulder.
Yes.
And I started sitting there, undone my blouse under it.
Yes.
Got the baby, was feeding it.
Yes.
But anyhow, I fell asleep. When I woke up, the baby was nursed on the soldier's lap. And all my blouse was done up nicely. So I'm looking around, so, oh dear. So I wonder who done it up. I was trying to hide what I didn't want them to see.
Exactly. So what happened?
Well, one soldier turned around and said, don't worry, dear. He said, most of us are married, you know.
Yeah, of course. And they were all soldiers, and they're probably on manoeuvres. Anyway, you haven't seen that soldier for 56 years. But he's here tonight. Himself, okay? And he just wanted you to have this back. Will you, that's it. Go there. Anyway, thank you very much. Jessie, his name is. All right then, Jessie. Thanks a lot, my lad. That was a bit of a laugh. Wonderful. And it's Betty and Stan...
Sansom.
Sansom.
Yes.
Sansom. And you're from Portsmouth?
Correct.
I see. And what do you do, Betty?
I'm a retired person, but I do voluntary work with the local hospital for a League of Friends.
Oh, very nice indeed. Very worthy. Yeah. And you, Stan, what do you do?
I'm retired at the moment. I was a bus inspector.
A bus inspector, right. Now, and did you know this is the first time ever that everybody on the show has been older than me? Now, how long have you two been married, Betty?
Tomorrow we will have been married 57 years.
57 years. Lovely. Now, tell me, is it right that 30 years ago you were on Take Your Pick?
Yes.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, now, to close with, what's all this about a boat on the river, Stan?
Oh, that was when we were younger.
Yeah.
Well, it was pretty crowded on the river, and I decided, I know it was a little river on the other side of the road.
Oh, going up there for a little bit of, yes?
So I thought...
Oh!
So we pulled the boat over to the other river.
Yes.
And off we set, you know.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I noticed there was another boat coming down the river towards us.
Another boat, yeah?
Yeah, and there were some people standing up in it, and they were waving their arms and shouting and gesticulating.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I said to Betty, what do you reckon's going on then? Well, anyway, as we got closer, we saw what was going on. We'd gone on this private river, which was a female and male nudist colony river. Yeah, and they were all in the nude.
A nudist private river?
Yeah.
Yeah, wonder they were going stark as rain. Yeah. So what did you do, Betty?
Well, I just turned to Stan and I said, don't worry about it, Stan. They don't look like you.
Well, I hope the women didn't, for a start. But did you cut the cards?
Yes, we did.
Have you gone to sleep there? Right, did you see them cut the cards? Yeah. Right, well, now, the idea of the game is this. We want you to work your way across the board by predicting whether each of these cards is higher or lower than the preceding one. The first one to turn over the last card correctly will win the game and a Brucey bonus. Wow. And all of our questions are based on a poll of 100 people, and all of our polls are absolutely genuine. Here we go. You're going to lead us off because you won the toss, you two, but good luck to all of you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We asked 100 female strippers. Oh. If you were booked to perform at an old-age pensioners' stag night, would you tone down your act? You know, like going down to a see-through flannel nightie or something like that. How many female strippers said yes, if they were booked at an old-age pensioners' stag night, they would tone down their act? Now, what do you think about this? Would you like them to tone down their act?
Yeah, I would do, yeah, because it'd make them embarrassed if they're older people, you know.
Oh, I see.
Older people would get embarrassed.
Older people would get... You would yourself?
I would be embarrassed,
yeah.
Yes.
Isn't it lovely, Susie? No wonder you're stuck in for 62 years. Right, so what do you think?
I should think about 57.
Do you agree with that, Susie?
Well, I don't know. And the old pensioners, you know, you've got to make them feel young. So,
Right. You want to make them feel young, so why not? So give us a figure on that. What do you think?
Well, let's say about 49.
49?
Silly move.
Silly move, he said. All right, 49. Betty and Stan, what would you think about this, Stan? Would you like the stripper to sort of go easy on that particular night? Or
He would. He'd like it.
Oh, he'd like it?
Yeah.
He'd like it, yes.
So because
I'm still young at heart.
Are you still young at heart?
Yeah.
So a bit of
So
that wouldn't go
because
amiss.
you'd like it, and I'd have to go along with it, we'd go higher. Yeah.
So you want to go higher?
Yeah.
You're going to go along with it?
That's it.
Well, good for you, Betty. Right. The actual number who would tone down their act is... 69. You were right. 69. Right. Stan and Betty, you're off and running. You've got a 10. Do you want to change it?
Change it.
You want to change it for... Oh, yes, for a king. That was a good change. Lower than a king, you say a 5. Higher than the 5, you say a 9. Yeah, you're free. Yeah, a lot of people there. They want to freeze there. OK, Carly, thank you, my darling. Yeah, protect your cards is probably a wise thing to do. But it's you to answer the next question first. We asked 100 male vicars. When you were a boy, did you ever sing naughty words to hymns? How many male vicars said yes, when they were a boy, they did sing naughty words to hymns?
I shouldn't think when they were a boy they knew they were going to be vicars, would they?
No.
They wouldn't know what naughty
Good
words
point,
were,
Betty.
would they? They wouldn't know what naughty words were, would they?
Well, yes, they would. But they wouldn't worry because they didn't know they were going to be a vicar. How was going to be home?
No.
This could be a very long show.
We'll say 52.
They weren't...
That's it.
About 44, 45.
I bow to his intelligence. He says...
All right, Betty, I think you've done that before. 45, you're going to go with it. Now, have you got views on this, Salvatore?
Oh, yeah.
And Susie, yes?
I don't think a vicar would even sing dirty words.
No?
No.
When he was a boy?
Yeah,
When
I
he was a
couldn't
boy.
even see him as a boy because they're brought up in a religious way. And they
Yeah.
wouldn't,
So they say 45. Do you agree,
Well,
Susie?
go a little higher.
You
no,
go- Would you bring me a deck chair or something? So what are you going to settle for?
Well, he's the boss.
Yeah, he's the boss, OK. So you're going to go...
lower.
You're going to go lower. Right, thank goodness, a decision. Right, I've forgotten what the question was now. The actual number who did say they'd sung naughty words is... 57. You're surprised, Susie. You would have been right, my darling. Yeah. 57, the rest were too busy singing rugby songs. Right, so there we are. So you're off again, Stan, a bit. You can change that 9.
Yes, please.
Change the 9 for... Oh, thank you, Carly. What a kind, Carly. Higher than a 2, you say it. Oh! You don't get anything for a pair. Giving you a free go, Salvatore. I think it's a long time since you had a free go. And it's... Oh, another 2. 2 2s in a row. What do you think? Higher than a 2, you say a 10. You're going to carry on if you want to freeze or what?
No.
You're going on?
No.
You're going on? Lower than a 10, you say a 7. Freeze, they're going to freeze. Well done, well done. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Next question, and you, Salvatore and Susie, to answer first. We asked 100 doctors, if a pharmaceutical company asked you to be a paid guinea pig for a new wonder drug, would you do it? How many doctors said yes if a pharmaceutical company asked them to be a paid guinea pig for a new wonder drug, they would do it?
About 63, 64.
Well, why? Well, you made me a guinea pig for 62 years. I'm still here without the drug.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to leave it to
Yeah,
that.
well, go on. What do you think, Susie?
I'd say about 49.
That's what you said the last time. Don't you know any other numbers, dear? Can't change your mind. 49. What?
Yeah,
OK,
right.
49. Betty and Stan, have you got views on this? Of course you have.
No, I wouldn't think it'd be higher because I mean they're a bit wary of the new drugs and everything. You don't know what it's going to do. No, we'll go a bit lower.
You're going to go a bit lower? Yes. I'm glad you decided that, Stan. Think about 57 years of that. Right. OK, the actual number who would be a paid guinea pig is... 13. Way out in the first place. Very wise to go lower. Now then, you've still got the 2 there. You don't want to change it, I wouldn't think.
No, thank you.
You're going to go on. Higher than a 2, a 3. And this is for the first game. Oh, yes. Well done. Well done, Stan and Betty. And you've won a Brucey bonus, which is a long weekend on the elegant island of Madeira with spending money.
Thank you
All right,
very
Nick.
much.
Have a lovely time. So there's another Brucey bonus. You win the next game, and that's yours. Right, we're ready now for game 2. Stan and Betty, you to answer first. We asked 100 single men in their 20s. If it were men who had the babies, would you make sure that a woman never got you drunk? Good question.
Could you repeat that?
Eh?
Could you repeat that?
I am in a minute if you give us a chance. How many single men in their 20s said yes, if it were men who had the babies, they would make sure that a woman never got them drunk? So, have you got thoughts on this?
Yeah, I've got thoughts. What do you reckon?
I haven't got much at all. I'll leave this one to you. Go on.
I would say you leave it to me.
Yeah.
57.
57. Thank you very much, darling. Now then, have you two got views? What do you think?
Is it high?
57? A bit higher? You think a bit higher? Right, a bit higher it is, and the actual number who would make sure a woman never got them drunk is... 50... Oh! 58. You were so near in the first place, but you just got there. It was higher. OK, Salvatore and Susie, now it's your turn to try and get a game. Good card. You want to keep it, yes? What do you think?
Lower.
Yes, lower than a king. You're going to keep it. Oh, yes. Another good card.
Lower.
Yeah, lower again?
Well, the ace is not out yet.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Come on, what?
Bit lower.
Lower again for a queen, a 10. You can freeze. You're going to freeze. You sure you want to freeze?
Freeze.
Yeah, you could have gone on, but you're going to freeze and protect your cards. You may be very wise there. OK, Salvatore and Susie, you to answer first. We asked 100 window cleaners. On your round, are the old ladies friendlier to you than the young ones? How many window cleaners said yes, on their round, the old ladies were friendlier to them than the young ones?
Yeah, I think they were.
Have you got a nice window cleaner, Susie?
Well, I've sacked him.
Yeah.
You sacked him, right.
Me.
Yeah, you're the window cleaner, right. So, give us a figure.
64.
Yeah, 64.
64? Fine. What about you, Betty? Got a good window cleaner?
Yeah, but hang on a minute.
Yeah,
I mean, that really depends upon the window cleaner, when he's young and good looking, whether he's an old man, doesn't it, really? He was a window cleaner once, and look what I've got.
Lower, what?
Yeah,
So, lower, you think lower. OK, the actual number who did say the old ladies were friendlier is... 74. No, wrong to go lower. Well done. Now then, you can change the 10 if you want to. Change the 10 for a 3, a good card. Come on. You can do it now higher than a 3. Oh! You don't get anything for a pair. Giving you a free go this time, Betty and Stan. And here you are, it's a 10. What do you want? Lower than a 10, you say? A 7?
Come on. Yeah, we go higher.
Oh, you're going?
I mean,
Go on then.
Yeah, go on, you can have a bit. OK, higher than... Yes!
Lower.
Well done, lower than... Yes! And this is for the match. Wow! Well, that was clever. Well done. Well, come round here, you two. We are sorry to lose you, I tell you that. You've been so lovely to us. You know, you didn't even get a Brucey bonus. But here's a nice bunch of flowers for you, and the old decanter and glasses, and we'll have a little drink later on before you go. OK? All right, and thank you very much, Salvatore and Susie. Ah, shame. Off you go, then. That's it. Lovely. Come here, you two. Well, that was marvellous. You know, not many people would do that with a 7 and higher, but you've won another Brucey bonus. No, wow, dear, wow. That's it, wow. And this time it's a classic collection of designer-led crystal glassware.
Oh.
Really lovely, yeah. All right, now you've earned the chance to play with our cash cards. Now, you could win thousands of pounds plus this magnificent car. Look at this. Don't touch the pack. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, before we deal out the cash cards, the more pounds you get, the richer you get. And what do pounds make? Rich people! That's it. We want you to be rich people when you leave here. All right, then? Now, as you see, Carly's dealing out your blue cards, and let's hope they're just as lucky for you. Right? Now, I'm going to give you £200. I'm going to ask you a question. If you get the question right, I can add 50 to the 200. If you get it wrong, I have to take 50 away. OK, fine?
Okay, Bruce. You've done really well.
Thank you.
I've got my fingers crossed for
Oh,
you.
I've got my legs crossed.
Oh, you do whatever you like with that. OK. To which US president did Marilyn Monroe famously sing Happy Birthday?
It was Kennedy.
That's right. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah. I throw him out, but you did know.
No,
it. Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Oh, of course you did. Yeah, of course you did. Of course you did. Now, you play the game as you did before, but your minimum risk must be 50, OK? Or whatever you got up to part of, you know, double up or a piece of, whatever you want to do. When you get to here, we move you up to here and we give you another £200 out of the goodness of our hearts. We move you along and move you along. When you get to here, if you have £4,000 or more, you have a chance to go for the car. Wow! Then I ask you another question. If you get that question right on the turn of this card, will determine whether you win the car or not. OK?
Yes.
Carly, let's have a good base card. A queen, a good card. So, what do you think? You've got £250. Think it out. Think it out.
200 lower. No,
100.
100 lower.
100?
Lower.
100 lower than a queen. A 4, yes?
Right.
Well done. You now have 350.
300 higher. 300 higher.
No.
What were you saying?
Well, we went 300 again.
Yeah. Well, so what are you doing then?
Think about it.
I'll try 200. 200?
Have I got choice?
200.
200
higher.
200 higher than a 4. A king. Oh.
Right, no, we'll take...
Yes, you would have had a lot more, but you've got a king there. It's a very, very good card. So
300 lower. 300.
Lower.
Only 300.
No,
300 lower.
No.
350.
400.
400.
Okay.
Lower.
400. 400 lower than a king. A 5. Right. You now have 950 plus the 200 we give you at this point. So you now have £1,150 and you have a 5 and you can change the card if you want.
We'll change it.
You want to change the card, thank you, Carly, for all. Now, this one, beware, beware.
50.
Okay?
We have 50.
Yes.
Higher.
Probably you're right. 50.
Higher.
Higher than a 7? A 10. Oh.
1,200.
Yes, you've got 1,200. Well, now, it depends here what you want to do. If you want to go for the car, you've got to go £800. Depends how you feel about a 10.
Go for the car.
I have to just tell you that, so it's up to you.
Thanks.
What
But we go for the... We would try for the car.
800.
You are?
800.
You're going 800?
Yeah.
800 now. Yes?
Lower.
Lower than a 10, £800. Oh!
Never mind.
No, that could be.
Not the
Never
worry.
mind.
Well, it's double up time now.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it? You've
okay.
got a very good card here. So what do you
800.
think?
400.
We got to double up.
Yes, well, you
Yeah.
go
The whole lot.
400,
Yeah.
and if you
400.
win, you'll have
Lower.
800. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So lower for
Yeah.
£800.
Yeah.
£800. Yes. Good. Now then, that was bad luck. Bad luck. You took a big gamble there, but you have £800. Now look, you can take the money and run, or you can gamble it all on double or bust. You know, it's either win or lose. We do have strict rules. Okay.
Yeah, we'll change the card and we'll double.
No, we'll keep the card and double that. Put that
Are
up.
And get for £1,600.
That's right, yeah.
Which would be
Yeah.
another win for us.
You're going higher.
She's right. What about that, Becky? Okay. So the turn of the card is higher for £1,600.
Yeah.
Yes! Well done. Come here. That's it. Come here, darling. There we are. Oh, sorry. Just here in the middle here. Lovely, in the middle there. That's it. But look, don't let's forget you at the long weekend as well. You won in Madeira with spending money and the classic collection. Don't worry, dear, you won't go home without your spending money. The designer lead crystal, and all in all, you have won in total £3,480. Which is, what about that? Lovely. Well, it's not too late. It could still be a big night if you play your cards right. Good night, and thank you very much. Here we are.